Hey guys, today I wanted to talk more about the termination and ending a relationship conversation that we had started on um, our posts. I basically came at that topic with the sense that I did tell people from the beginning that I was a limited employee and that most of them knew that I was an intern who was volunteering their time, but they didn't fully understand what that meant. So after the topic came up again, I decided to, start up that conversation. And after my um, phone call, video chat with Monique and Mark and myself, deciding that ending date, and Mark and I discussed further the time that I would end, and all of that was really set in stone. I made it known to the staff on the drop-in for scheduling purposes of when my last day would be, and I started thinking more and more about how some of my relationships are complicated with some of these kids. Due to the fact that I work in a behavioral day treatment school in the town that I'm currently doing my internship, I've come across with a lot of clients that I've already had relationships with. This dual relationship has been interesting because I've had to set new boundaries and utilize the relationship we already had the best I could in order to get goals met and do case management and do things like that. So a lot of these kids have already said a last goodbye to me when they transitioned out of our school or moved back to public school and all that. So I was thinking about those kids because not only are they losing, they've already said goodbye to me once, now they're saying goodbye to me for a second time, and a lot of them have realized that this is probably the last time they'll say bye to me. My next internship is probably going to be within the company I currently am working, utilizing a different role in a different area of the company, so they won't cross my path in that situation. Future jobs, who knows, but they know the time will be at least 2 to 3 years before they'll run into me work-wise or whatnot outside of, the Hannaford or the store or whatever. So I've been having individualized conversations with them and making plans of, okay, what if we do work email that you guys can stay in contact if you ever need a resource um, but a lot of that seems very fishy to me. I don't like having work follow me home, and I feel that once a job is over, those relationships are memories, and they're not something that necessarily should follow you outside of your experience there. So after talking with my intern supervisor, Mark, um, he thought it would be best for me to be very flat out honest, because a lot of them have wondered, why don't you come and work part-time here or volunteer more, or maybe we can plan activities. And for a while I would explain it as, guys, I can't talk about taking on a job here until my internship's over. Who knows what the future holds? And I left very open-ended answers because I was trying to save the relationship that I currently, for the next 2 months, I'm going to hold on to. And Mark told me to just be very honest, especially with the age and clientele. They are used to loss, and the fact that I'm making it a very clear, defined outline is good towards what they need. They know I'm not abandoning them. They know that I'm here doing the work I do because I love it, and I am volunteering, and that shows them a lot of extra. Um, they've told me that, knowing that you volunteer here makes me feel like you really love what you do, and you do this because you're good at it, and that's why we like having you here, because we can tell you love it. Anyone that's going to volunteer their time in this field has to love what they do, and I think we all learned that over these last few weeks, multiple weeks of our internship. And so this week I started that process of just being honest with them, telling them, no, once I'm done working here, I'm going to go back to my normal full-time job, and um, I may cross paths with you, but when my time's done here, that will be a goodbye. That the goodbye is. And a lot of them have been very receptive to that and have said, well, let's plan something during that last week you're here. Let's throw you a party. Let's have this. Let's make sure everyone comes around. Maybe we can make you a card or a poster to bring. And I was like, that's awesome. That's great. So it just shows that honesty really is the best policy. But when you know termination is a definite thing and it is coming, I think especially knowing your clients is important. But I also think knowing the relationship you had with them is important, and I think every client we have wants us to be honest from the get-go, and it just makes the whole experience better. So how do you guys plan on telling your clients that your internship's ending? Will it be soon? Will it be later? Are you going to wait till you have 2 weeks left, or have you already started doing that process? Thanks, guys.